Ooh, there goes my feet again. Okay. All right. Today is April the 7th, 2020, full pink moon, or Paschal full moon. All right, we go again. Paschal Beverly Randolph. Now, he was killed, supposedly he died or he was killed in, around 1888. The date around that time. And so that's when there was like a big explosion of information around that time. But let me keep going. But also, Easter of 2020, April the 12th, is Easter, right? Okay. So today, something told me today just to go ahead and do it, and I was already knew it was gonna be a full moon today. Uh, so I was like, just something. Just the answers just told me, so hey, go ahead and put it out today. So I already had something planned, and so it just ended up coming out today. All right, I'm gonna put it up today too. What determines the date of Easter? Okay, you probably read that same title for clicking on this video. All right, the source I got all my information from. If you not see me reading from a computer, or if you see me reading out of a book, I always give you my source, so you can always follow it up and make your own adjustments to yourself, or knowing for yourself, or your own gnosis. So yeah, so you can go get it yourself. So if I got it and making it accessible or simpler for you to find it. All right. Source timeanddate.com/calendar. Okay. I'm reading everything that I had saw on the website. Okay. In 325 CE, the Council of Nicaea established that Easter would be held on the first Sunday after the first full moon. Okay, today is April 7th, the first full moon. The 12th, which is what, Sunday of this week, will be Easter, the first full moon, occurring on or after the vernal equinox. From that point forward, the Easter date depended on the ecclesiastical approximation of March 21st of the vernal equinox, springtime. If the full moon is on a Sunday, then the Easter is celebrated. That following Sunday. The full moon is based on mathematical calculations. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Although Easter is related to the beginning of spring in the northern hemisphere, March 21st is the church's, okay? So the Conference of Nicaea gave you the name Jesus, Jesus. So remember, Rome, all that, Conference of Nicaea, Constantine, all that intertwines with each other. Okay, back to where we was at. The church's date of the March equinox. Regardless of the time zone, while the actual date of the equinox varies between March 19th and March 22nd, and the date depends on the time zone. The date of the Paschal full moon depends on the time. Well, let me read this again. The date of the Paschal full moon used to determine the date of Easter is based on mathematical approximations following a 19-year cycle called the Metonic cycle. The full moon date in March, specified by the church's lunar, make sure you can see everything I'm reading to you, lunar calendar, also called the ecclesiastical full moon. Ecclesiastic is a book in the Bible called the Ecclesiastics. Probably need to check that out. The ecclesiastical full moon on April 18th. This is why Easter Sunday 2019 was on April the 21st. Okay. Keep it going. All right. This is the next section. It's on that website. Why is Easter celebrated in spring? Okay. This is very, remember, I put out the video with, about Marvin Gaye and also Nipsey Hussle, or Arameris, as his, Arameris is his real name, but Nipsey Hussle, and they all passed on when Nipsey Hussle was March 31st, and Marvin Gaye was April 1st, right before what? Easter. So you feel like it's a savior you're mourning. Remember, I spoke on that earlier. So if you're mourning, and then they're gonna post like rise, and they die in the physical, but rise in another space. But y'all don't realize, these motherfuckers that do these rituals don't realize 555 just passed. I just looked down for some reason. I looked down, and 555 to stay balanced. They don't realize what they're doing. They might be taking off someone to make it seem like it's a savior, but everybody out there that's hearing this video, if you ever hear this video, know this. Any videos that I put out, know this. You are your own savior. Melanated people, you have the black dot. You are the dot. And all the circle is 12. 12 months, 12 disciples, 12 zodiacs. But you have to become all of those 12 to become your full supreme self. Okay, let's get back to the text. Christ's death and resurrection occurred at the time of the Jewish Passover, which was celebrated on the first full moon following the vernal equinox at the end of the 2nd century. Some congregations celebrated Easter on the day of the Passover, while others celebrated it on the following Sunday. Okay. Orthodox Easter. It's another section on that website. The Gregorian calendar was created because the Julian calendar, Gregorian, Julian, maybe Julius Caesar, probably to dig into it more. Julian calendar was slightly too long. Julian calendar, this is speaking on the Julian calendar. Equinox date moved towards the earlier dates of March and further away from Easter Sunday. So, yeah, think about it. So the Julian calendar, I'm not even gonna assume, this is pretty much what it is. Julian calendar has to deal with Julius Caesar. Okay, so Julius Caesar ended up getting into power, with Rome, or through Egypt, or Kemet, the land of the blackface. You gotta think about it. He had to take on a date that was some time, or a date or a calendar that was already provided to him. So, like they're saying here, if you look at it again, you can always rewind this. Or I'm gonna just redo it. Julian calendar, equinox date moved towards the earlier dates of March and further away from Easter Sunday. So this is, so they say, presumably closer to where we were at a time, right? So if you were close to where you are at a time, they're actually pushing you back further and further to where you approximately should be at. I have a video to where I say it's 2020 now, but it should be like 3000 something, because they just holding time back. This technology they have is not advanced technology. The technology we have is a dumbed down version of the technology we had years ago in Kemet, or Egypt, what they call Egypt. So if this is a dumbed down version, that means everything is slowed down to make you feel like it's sped up. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like you make some music, right? And you slow it down so you can get the full gist of it. But the slowing down of it made the song actually longer. Okay, just like you making the time actually longer. Okay, let me get back to it. I don't want to add no filler. All right, no filler. Just get right to it. All right, on Easter Sunday, the Gregorian calendar allowed for a realignment with the equinox. I didn't spell it right. Oh, well, I just missed the D. Oh, well. Orthodox Easter falls on March 22nd through April 25th. In the Julian calendar, years 1753 to 2400, Gregorian calendar corresponds to April 3rd. Corresponds to April 3rd to April the 10th. Side note, this is what I remember because I went to Detroit on that exact day. Side note, April 1st was Easter. Okay, April 1st was it's April Fool's Day. Easter in 2018. What they saying right here, it goes where is it? Right here. From April the 3rd to May the 10th. So that was like, and I was like laughing because I was at a time with me, I was against everything dealing with Christianity, but knowing that some things in Christianity was pretty much everything is, but they took out a lot to make everything not make full sense. So, but anyway, back to what this is. April 1st was Easter in 2018. On 2017, Easter fell on the same day, April the 16th, as the Julian calendar, Julian and the Gregorian calendar. In both calendars, when the Julian date was converted to the Gregorian date, the next time the two Easter dates coincide will be in 2025. April 20th. April 20th was what? 420, right? They call it what? The smokers' holiday. No. Think about this. Now, you can't think, all right, wow, this is incredible. I'm just, as I'm going. Now, 420, I'm a what do you say, constituent, or I love what Adolf Hitler did, at that time when he was around. He used our science, our information from the Tibetans, the real Aryans, the melanated people over in Tibet, or the so-called black people in Tibet. He used our information, and did a lot of amazing things, cloned, learned about the atomic bomb and all of that. He used our information to become as powerful as he was. I learned something else about him, but it's crazy. But let me see. At a later date, let me get back to it. So April 20th, and that is Adolf Hitler's birthday. So you're thinking it's a smoker's day, but it's like an energy is not coming to you on April 20th when you're smoking sometimes, because you're so high, that everything is not really getting to you. Think about it like that. So like sometimes you can do it, but not all the time. I mean, there's a point in time I used to do it like sometimes 2 or 3 times a day sometimes. There's no way for anything to fully get into you like that. It's almost like you're blocking it. All right. Easter reform. That was an Easter reform to get like a particular date, but I'm going to show you. A proposed reform occurred in the United Kingdom, where the Easter Act 1928 was established to allow the Easter date to be fixed, just like you'll have Christmas on the 25th of December every year, right? But everything is mathematically or aligned with the stars and astrology. Okay, that's why they do everything. But watch the rest of this. The Easter Act of 1928 was established to allow the Easter date to be fixed as the first Sunday after the second Saturday in April. This law was not implemented, although it remains on the UK statute law database. It remains on the database only because of, we hear you guys, so y'all want something you can go to every week, every year, and in the exact time of the year. But no, it's not exact, because everything is ritually done. If it's ritually done, in order for you to have your power, or the governments to have their power, they have to do things by a ritual standpoint. Okay, everybody does a ritual. When you wake up, you brush your teeth, wash your face, clean your feet. Whatever it is you do it to a certain ritual. Oh man, I forgot to do this. Like my whole day gonna be fucked. Like it's not, but your mindset, you making it seem like it is because it's something you're used to doing and you didn't do it. Now you feel like your whole day is thrown off. So you feel like your whole year will be thrown off. These governments, whole year will be thrown off if they're not doing these rituals at a certain time point. So if they don't do them at a certain time point, that shit gonna fall apart. So I'm gonna just say this. I'm not giving away too much information. I'm gonna just say a little bit about this. I went through something around this time, and it was very powerful. And and the thing is, when the outside forces against you show their hand, that means you're doing something right. That's all I'm gonna say. But peace. Rewind the video. You can go to the actual website. You don't have to rewind the video. You can go to the actual website yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to hear my voice. You know what I'm saying? You don't, because you're not going to see my face. It don't matter what I look like. As long as you get the information. Information is way more important than what I look like, because the physical can be destroyed within a matter of seconds. But the mind is so powerful. All right, peace. See y'all next time, nigga.